everyone, I am Zoe Moskowitz. As you can tell by my last name, I am Jewish. I'm holding for applause. I'm imagining that you're laughing. I am originally from Massachusetts and I moved to the Twin Cities a year and a half ago. I graduated culinary school last year and I'm a professional pastry chef in the Twin Cities. Since we can't travel anywhere right now, and I know I'm really upset about it, I thought we would take a little trip to Brazil. So these are Brigadeiros. They are a Brazilian chocolate truffle that is similar to like a fudge ball truffle, like kind of sweet, kind of like not super chocolatey. And my favorite part about them, as you can see in front of me, is that they're super customizable and you can kind of mix and match them with whatever you have in your house. So a couple things to note before we start. Number one, if you haven't donated yet, please donate. I think TCG Folk is really cool. I actually did a podcast with them in February. If you're looking for that, it is on the Who the Folk page. Keep in mind, it's before COVID time, so we talk about going to the to the farmer's market on the weekends, and unfortunately, we didn't get to do much of that this weekend or this summer. So keep that in mind. But it's really cool, and I would love it if you took the time to listen to my podcast. Anyway. These are Brigadeiros. They are super simple, 3 ingredients, a can of sweetened condensed milk, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and 1 tablespoon of butter. You're gonna put all of the ingredients in a small pot like this. This is more than big enough for everything that you need. Put all 3 in the pan together and stir over medium heat until it looks like this. Let's see how close we can get to the camera. Does that look good? Can you see that? It kind of looks like chocolate pudding. Cool. While you're cooking, it's really important to remember to keep the whisk all the way at the bottom of the pot. Make sure you're hitting all the corners with your whisk too, so that none of it burns, and so that none of the chocolate on the bottom burns as well. That's super important. We don't want lumpy, we don't want burnt flavored. It cooks pretty fast, so you don't have to worry about stirring for too long. I think it's pretty easy for maybe kids or young teens to help out and do too. A couple of things that I like to do when it's done cooking like that. When it's ready like that, you'll pour it into a little bowl. Something that I really like to do is top it with flaky sea salt, which this is gonna be a really hard one to show you all. Can you see that? It's really flaky, it's really thick, big chunky pieces. I like to put it on or stir it in right at the end when it's done cooking. That way it doesn't melt into the chocolate. So you're not getting like a salty chocolate mixture, you're just getting like little chunks of salt when you take a bite of each truffle. And I think that's really satisfying, especially with something that's so heavy in chocolate. 2 things that I did this time, right before I cooled my mixture, was that I added some things into it before I cooled it. So this one I added a scoop of peanut butter to, and this one I added a scoop of Nutella to. Both some of my favorite things we always have in the house. This is the peanut butter. This is the Nutella. They kind of look the same. They do get a little bit harder, I found. They set up a little bit firmer. So if you like that in a truffle, if you really like to bite into it, this is a really good route to go. The regular sets up a little bit less firm. Kind of like this. Just like a thick, like spreadable fudge almost. So what you're gonna wanna do when they are cooled is go through your pantry and find any and all things you wanna put on top of them. Yes, 1 tablespoon of butter. Someone asked that in the questions. There should be a recipe posted. If not, I can send all of the information and some pictures from tonight's demo to Genevieve, and maybe she can post them on the TCG Folk Instagram page for me. Or maybe I can post them on mine, and you can follow me on my Instagram page too, @ZMOSK. Sorry, that was a shameless plug. Anyway, I went through and found some things that I want to show you guys for toppings. This is what they look like. We have little pretzels. These are nonpareil sprinkles, mini M&Ms, cocoa nibs, chopped toasted almonds, white chocolate, freeze-dried raspberries, freeze-dried blueberries. This one I'm very excited about is instant hot chocolate mix. And this is just another very pretty sprinkle. That's a look at those. One of my, again, like I said, one of my favorite things about this is that it's so customizable and you can kind of do whatever you want with it. The easiest way to scoop is to get a little bowl of water. I have a little mini cookie scoop. I think it's labeled as 1 tablespoon. And dip it in some water. This helps it not stick as much. Scoop. Or maybe it's just gonna stick no matter what. Maybe there's nothing we can do about that. And then you wanna just roll it around. Again, this is the hot chocolate mix because I think it's really delicious. And then something I have done in the past with these too, when you're presenting them, I've made them for the holidays for friends and family. And I've gotten the little, what are they called? The little cupcake tins, the little tiny like bonbon wrappers. And I put them each in the little bonbon wrappers and in the cute little holiday tins that they sell at like Michael's and things like that. As for toppings, these freeze-dried fruits I found at Target. They now have a whole line of freeze-dried fruits, which are like a pastry chef's best friend. We use freeze-dried raspberries at the restaurant that I work at pretty frequently, and they are a great addition if you want raspberry flavor, but you need to like coat them for something like this. It's amazing. They are so delicious, and I'm very excited to try the blueberries. Should we try them? Do you want to come taste test with me? Yeah, come here. I want the blueberry one. This is my boyfriend, Will, my assistant.
Hello. I'll do the pretzel.
I like the blueberry a lot. It's like just crunchy enough, but it tastes like one of those Brookstone chocolates with the blueberries inside or with the like acai berries inside. How do you feel about the pretzel?
I mean, it's pretzel and chocolate, so you can't really go wrong with that.
That's true.
Very delicious.
Should I eat all of them?
No.
All right. Does anyone have any questions? Let me see if I can get to the questions. How long do they stay in the fridge? Specific brands. All right, specific brands for ingredients. That's kind of whatever is up to you. Like I said, these toppings specifically came from Target. I have some, it's funny because I use things like mini M&Ms and pretzels, but I also have this like really incredibly fancy bag of cocoa nibs from a company in California. So whatever you have, use whatever you have. In hindsight, was this a terrible idea? I don't know what that was attached to. Oh, because everybody's gonna eat truffles now. How long do they stay in the fridge? I would say probably about a week in like a closed container. Something that we do at the restaurant that I think is very important to implement at home, we smell our containers, which sounds really crazy. Sometimes if you put like spaghetti sauce in a container, it'll smell like spaghetti sauce for a really long time. So what we like to do at the restaurant, especially if we're putting something sweet or something that could soak up the flavors of whatever that container is, we like to just give it a nice little sniff and then make sure it doesn't smell like garlic or tomato sauce or anything like that. Libby, please tell your son Judah to go make these. I promise they're very easy. If he's comfortable using a stove and a whisk, I think you both can figure it out. They're super, super easy. And again, as long as you have sweetened condensed milk, cocoa powder, and butter, which I think most people have most of those things in their house, I'm sure you can find one of the like 8 different ideas that I had for toppings. Use whatever you have. Potato chips. Oh my God, what else would be good? Any sort of chopped nut. Oh, a cereal, granola, anything. I think that would be so good. Do we have any other questions? Please. Also, quick shout out while people are maybe typing. I think this is a really cool and really special event, and I think TC JUFOC is really cool for allowing me to be a part of it and for holding it in general and giving everyone a little break and a little mental relax during this crazy time. Wow, 2 people asked me what inspired me to be a pastry chef. My parents are both in the industry. They might be watching. I know I have family members that are watching, so everyone say hi to the Moskowitz clan. My parents were both in the restaurant industry, and we had a lot of good food around the house. We always had good things to eat, and I have a crazy, crazy sweet tooth. Crazy sweet tooth. I always want something sweet after dinner, whether it's just a bite of ice cream or a cookie or something. I always want something sweet. And it took me a while to come to the path of pursuing pastry professionally. But now that I'm here, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. I love working in restaurants. I love the camaraderie that comes with working in restaurants. And I think pastry is especially special because it's how people celebrate. People celebrate with a really beautiful dessert and a birthday cake and all of these amazing things that make life really sweet, for lack of a better term. So yeah, that's why I love being a pastry chef, and one of the reasons why I'm so glad I found this industry, and I get to do things like this too. So that's really special. Any other questions? I think I might be running out of time. Genevieve can cut me off whenever she wants.
We have Peter Himmelman up in 2 more minutes at 8:15.
Cool.
So you're great on time, Zoe.
Oh wow! See, I thought this might happen. What else can I tell you about? I have made these for lots of different holidays. Like I said, for my boyfriend's family. I made them the first time I met like the whole family. It was kind of a crowd pleaser. And I think they're really easy to make too. And you can make a lot of them at a time. You can double this batch pretty easily. You could freeze them. I'm sure that they would thaw really well too. Favorite dessert, I am a sucker for ice cream. So anything with ice cream in it, on it, around it, anything that has ice cream. I love making ice cream. I think it's a really cool, it's a really cool blank canvas for people to add whatever flavors they want and use whatever they're interested in at that time. Which is one of the things that I like to embody, especially when I'm sharing recipes. I really like to give people in my life the opportunity to take these recipes and riff on them however they want, use whatever they have in their house, and make it special for themselves. You know, if you're making these with your kids and your kid loves like Rice Krispie treats, cover these in like Rice Krispie cereal. That's amazing. And that you get to make these memories together. And you get to do these things together as a family, which right now I'm sure we would all like a little bit more of. Favorite ice cream flavor that I've ever made. What's coming to mind is actually a couple sorbets that I made a couple summers ago. I worked at a restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island that used a lot of seasonal ingredients and a lot of seasonal herbs specifically. The pastry chef's wife that I was working for is a farmer. And she would bring in all of these amazing herbs and fruits and vegetables. And we would use the herbs in sorbets. So they were really light, they were really fresh and herbaceous. I think desserts that teeter on the line of sweet and savory are really satisfying. They kind of scratch all your itches at once in your brain and on your tongue. And that is really, really cool. All right. I'm sorry I'm running out of stuff to talk about, you guys.
But I'm glad that you're all here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to me talk. If you make these, I would love to see them. Please tag me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you are that you like to post. I would love to see you try these. I would love to see what you have in your house that you use to cover these with. And I'll make sure that everybody gets the recipe by the end of the night. Thanks, everyone.